making that jambalaya. So the way I picture it in the Federation is that if you're a member of Starfleet and you're getting your necessary services, that's all free. But if you're
Right.
trying to get something from another society, you're going to have some form of currency to get those services.
Right.
Like Quark's Bar on DS9.
Right. You need some kind of latinum to yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, or something that's good for trade. So that and it seems like because the Federation seems to be a little fractured, maybe currency is coming back into vogue for Federation people as well.
Mm. Yeah, it seems like at least here in the future, even though, as you say, the Federation doesn't use money or currency, um, it's common to interact with these other cultures. So it seems
Mm-hmm.
that there is, you might be part of the Federation, but you'll also carry around some currency of,
Right,
yeah. So
and
you
then
can
Rios
interact.
obviously isn't in Starfleet anymore, so he's got to make a living somehow. If all this stuff isn't being provided for him by Starfleet
Right.
anymore.
And we also
So
saw Raffi make a point about how basically Picard is like part of the 1% as far as she's
yeah,
concerned, and she's basically like, I'm here in my hovel in the desert, fucking
yeah,
smoking weed every day, trying to get by. Oh, I
just
cursed.
like
I'm
a lot
sorry,
of
but
veterans who are not taken care of by the government, right?
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Quit
So,
making this too real.
I know. I'm sorry. I know. Stop being so realistic, Neil.
You're bringing us down, Neil.
Sorry.
um, so Picard has greased their palms with something. Let's imagine it's gold pressed latinum, because that seems to be a pretty common currency. Um, so he beams back down to Vashti. Only this time, it's a very different reception. So instead of everyone flocking to him because it's Picard, basically everyone is just ignoring him, and he's trying to say hi, and he's even greeting everybody in Romulan, Julan True, and nobody is interacting with him. And then we do get a scene of two of the nuns who are, what are they called again? The Kalankahan, who are basically
Alan Kai.
Kalankai. Thank you. I was close. Kalankai, who are basically swords. They're free swords people. So they have taken upon themselves to patrol, highways, and that way to keep the peace and the order as much as they can. We do see two women there with their swords, but we do see that cafe that says Romulans only. Picard's kind of taken aback by it. And he goes right back to the Co-op Malat sisters. We see the Mother Superior, who has not aged a day in 14 years. Which is...
They're like Vulcans that way, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume... I think Romulans probably have a very similar lifespan to Vulcans, right? Vulcans can live into, like, the triple digits. I mean, Spock lived...
Like 140 something, right?
Yeah, because Spock lived into Picard's time, and of course so did Sarek.
I think he was in his 70s during the original series.
Yes.
Oh, I'm really interested in finding out how old the characters are supposed to be.
I know.
Like I didn't know how old Picard was supposed to be or anything. Like that's really cool. I like it. Yeah, thanks, guys, for imparting your knowledge.
Nerds. You guys are such nerds.
Nerds.
So the Mother Superior tells Picard, "You got old." Picard tells her, he says, "You haven't," and she says, "I would remind you, this is a house of truth." I enjoy the banter between them. It's very cute and funny. I definitely feel like this is a Jonathan Frakes touch. That little bit of humor is definitely a Frakes touch. she says,
I love that Frakes touch.
The Frakes touch.
Oh my gosh.
There were lots of alien ladies who had the Frakes touch. It's true.
Man.
The Riker maneuver. Okay, I'm going to stop now.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to stop.
Like, there's just going to be one long beep. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad.
So, Picard tells her that, he says, I need your help one last time, even though I have no right to ask for it. And then we do see Elnor, who looks straight out of Rivendell. I'm telling you guys, he looks right out of, like, a Lord of the Rings extra. It's crazy.
And after he dropped in, like, Spider-Man?
Yeah. Exactly. He did drop in like Spider-Man out of nowhere. Like, hello.
Like, what's up, yo?
Yeah. Oh, sorry to intrude. I just jumped in here on my spider sense.
Picard, I didn't see you there.
Oh,
I swung in on a web.
Didn't notice you there.
Oh,
man.
I thought your voice was familiar.
So now we're back on the reclamation cube again. Soji is visiting with Ramda in the medical ward. We know that last episode she tried to kill herself. So no doubt she's probably on some kind of like a psych hold. And here's now Narek shows up. And he's always so creepy. He's always just...
Yeah, I have one thing to say about Narek.
Yeah.
And Brooke, get ready for your bleeper. He's a creeper.
Yes.
I mean...
He is.
The dude...
He is.
Yes.
Oh, God. He's so gross.
I know. He's very gross. Well, Brooke and I have been talking about how he's presented himself as like, I'm such a broken boy. If only you can save me. And Soji just keeps falling for it. And, even in this
she doesn't know any better.
I know. And she's young, right? I mean, she
Yeah.
says that she's 20. But
Which makes him even worse.
Yes. Because he's absolutely way older than her.
And he's preying on her. It's
Absolutely.
just so disgusting.
But I yes, he was creepy. But his sister's and then it's like maybe she really is like using him and pretending to fall for all of his stuff after watching this episode. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay,
I mean,
all right.
That question is raised toward the end when his sister, who is basically doing the best Cersei Lannister impression I've ever seen, shows up and is like, oh, you having fun with your little robot girlfriend? And maybe she's here to control you. She was sent here on this cube and to be on this cube. And then even in this scene where they're talking, she's trying to figure Narek out. She's asking him all these questions, which he's like very cleverly like evading and well, not cleverly, but he's just being stupid about it. He's like, I'm not part of the Tel Shiar, or am I? It's sort of one of those things. And then he takes her to this thing. Is this the scene you were talking about, Neil? Maybe
what?
not. This scene seemed so silly to me, where he takes her to like this part of the Borg cube, and he's like, "Take your shoes off. We're gonna do this Borg tradition." And they basically go
Borg ceremony or something.
They basically go sliding in their stocking feet.
I actually loved that.
Oh, okay.
And then he does.
I like to do that myself. That's really what it was.
The whole like kissing her and then thinking she's a liar thing. It felt like it felt like over control, and it bothered the out of me.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It definitely reads that way. I agree with you. He's definitely trying to manipulate and control her. He's trying to prey on her emotions and her feelings. I mean, here he's like trying to be playful with her and show her, oh look, I can be fun and playful, and you can trust me because look, I'm sliding around on my socks. You know, a bad guy wouldn't do that. You know, it's like,
I'm not a Romulan secret agent.
Would a Romulan secret agent have fun? Like, it's...
And I'm a secret Romulan secret agent.
I'm a secret Romulan secret agent who's very secret.
Yeah.
So, so like he starts kissing her, and then he starts questioning her about being on this ship called the Ellison, and he's like, your name wasn't on the manifest, and she's like, but I was there. I was on that ship. So this kind of raises a question about, like, what's the deal with that? Is that an implanted memory that she was on that ship? Or is she being coy? Is she playing some kind of a secret agent game herself?
I don't know if she's playing a secret agent game or if she was on the ship, but there's no record because she was just kind of placed there in, like, storage or something.
I mean, maybe she was disassembled. I don't know. Like, it's that's a great, maybe she was in the cargo hold. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay.
She asked him, like, are you calling me a liar? And then he doesn't really answer. He kind of just looks at her. And it's,
I have a song. Secret Agent Synth. Secret Agent Synth. I hadn't sang in a while. So
oh boy.
That's awesome. Secret Agent Synth. I love it.
That's amazing.
So now we're back on Rios' ship. Raffi is basically, people are now like tweeting that they've seen Picard on the ship. I mean, that on the planet. That's basically what's happening here. He's blowing up on social media. People are Snapchatting and tweeting about it, and she's like, yeah, this is not good. And now, of course, the Romulan warbird has shown up.
Bird of prey.
Yes, the bird of prey has shown up, and here we learn more about the Kalan Kai, who are the Free Swords people, and Picard is having a conversation with the Mother Superior, and she basically says to him, you feel ashamed seeing Elnor here, you feel ashamed that you haven't been here, and he basically is trying to defend what he did. He's like, Starfleet wouldn't help me, so I wasn't able to complete my evacuation mission. And she's like, oh, so because you couldn't do anything, you did nothing. And she's really calling him out on that. Mm-hmm. And Picard acknowledges, he's like, I allowed perfection to become the enemy of good. Like, he realizes I should have done something, but because I couldn't do it perfectly, I didn't do anything. And which is kind of an aha moment for Picard. Like, he's been having them these episodes, but this is like a real big moment for him to understand that he could have done better. He should have done better, and he didn't, because he was too worried about it being perfect.
That's definitely one thing I've been appreciating about this show, is that he is going on a journey of growth, where he started off more like the Picard that we left off with after Nemesis, and he's now coming to terms with all of his past actions and is growing from them before our eyes. And I really, really like watching that journey that Picard is going on.
Yeah, same here. I'm liking that there's even now character growth for Jean-Luc Picard. Like, even we watched him all those years on TNG, and now here we are years and years later. There's still character growth happening, and I like that. I enjoy that as well. So now Picard basically now is going to appeal to Elnor to join or to bind his sword to Picard's cause. I do enjoy this little joke here where he's like, is there a ritual? Do I have to go on my knees? He's like, please don't tell me I have to do that. My knees are not what they used to be.
Yeah, that's a good one. I also really appreciate the